Okay, welcome to this video today on drawing the parabola. So we're moving on today to looking at parabolas. Lastly we looked at ellipse, so parabola is another type of curve. Okay, so when you throw a ball up in the air, as in the picture you can see here, that shape or arc it makes is a parabola. Alright, so that's what it is. Now in terms of terminology and things like that with the parabola, some of it's the same as the ellipse, some of it's new. Okay, so you still have the axis, you have your vertex, and you have your focal point. Alright, so they're the kind of similar. Directrix is a new word you might not have heard about, but don't worry about that yet. Now, there's a couple of different methods of drawing a parabola. We're actually going to use the rectangle method on page 165 here. Okay, what this involves is drawing a rectangle, essentially the height and the width of the parabola. Now the height and the width of the parabola differs depending on the question, just like in the ellipse. Sometimes you'll get handy numbers to work with, other times you won't. But for today we're going to make the rectangle an easy number to work with, so that it's nice and easy to divide up into 4. Alright, so this is the way you'll end up doing it. Times you might get a more complex number, maybe 110 divided into 4. Could be harder to do. I'll actually show you how to do that tomorrow in a different video. But for today we're going to work with a straightforward number. Alright, so we're going to draw a parabola like this. Now, first things first, what you want to do is draw a rectangle 80 wide by 100 high. So I have this 80 mil wide by 100 high. So do that first. You can pause the video there. I'm going to move on to the next step. Now, next step then is to draw the axis of the parabola. So the axis is smack bang in the middle at 40 mil. Okay, and what that comprises of is a long line, short line, long line, short line, up the way, up to the very tip there. And actually at the top here, where the parabola will curve, is known as the vertex, or V. So you can mark in a V there, like so. Okay, now, like in the ellipse, you divided that up into 12. Why? Because the circles were easily divisible by 12, which are 60, 30 degree. If you put in more dividers, the more accurate it will be to draw the ellipse. It's the exact same with the parabola. Typically, we divide each side up into 4. Okay? You could divide it into 8. It will give you more points of reference to draw through, which means the parabola will be more accurate, but there's more work involved in it as well. So we're going to divide it into 4. Now, first things first, we're going to divide the side. So, this is 10 high. This is why we're doing these numbers. They're easy to work with today. So you put a mark at 25, a mark at 50, and a mark at 75. Now, you can transfer those marks across with your T-square, just like so. I'm just lining it up to the point, and then across. Now, so essentially what we have is 4 sections then. We've 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've divided this side into 4. Now, we have to divide both halves into 4 also. Okay, so not just the whole thing. There's actually going to be 8 dividers here. Why? This side here relates to just this part on the bottom here of the rectangle. Okay, so this is 80, so it's going to be another easy number. So you just divide them into 10 mil, like so, and then draw your lines up. Now, so as you can see, this side is in 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the bottom part, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. If you divide the side into 3, you only divide this half into 3, okay? So whatever number of dividers you use, it must be the same on the top and the bottom. Now, next thing to do then is label the drawing, okay? So I'm going to label this. Actually, I'll draw the lines back to dividers. So from the side first, you draw back to the top of the axis here. Like so. Like so. And there you go again. Now we're going to label this 1, 2, and 3. We're going to label this 1, 2, and 3. You always work from the vertex back out when you're labeling, alright? So, now you have a line here 1, and you have a line going down the way the divider 1. Where both of them cross, you put a mark. Now you don't have to label them if you don't want, if you get it. That's fair enough. Next point is there, next point is there, and the last point is down the corner there. And then you have your point up the top also. Okay, so what you can do then is you can start to trace in one half of your parabola. Like so. That's one half of the parabola done. We're going to do the other side. So come out from the vertex, back out to these dividers on the side. Now, you don't have to label the points. Sometimes it helps if you do. I'm going to call this side A, B, C. Then this is going to be A, B, C. You know that line A here crosses line A here, B here, C here, and then down the corner. So you just draw in then your curve like so. Then I'll heavy this in so you can see it better. Like so. That there's your parabola drawn, alright? So it's very easy to work with, divided up when the numbers are handy side. So that was 80 by 100. What I want you to do, have a go with that now. Draw the exact same dimensions as it is. Then in tomorrow's class, I'll show you simply how to divide up the side of a rectangle using the diagonal line method, alright? If it's a confusing number. So say if this was 67 high, how would you divide that into 4? I'll show you how to do that tomorrow. So for today, have a go at this, see how you get on, take a picture of it and submit it to be marked present.